Steph Curry is arguably the most influential player in modern NBA history, but has his dominance improved basketball or fundamentally changed it for the worse? This is the question that divides fans, analysts, and players alike. Over the past decade, Curry has revolutionized how the game is played, inspiring teams to prioritize three-point shooting, spacing, and speed. Some celebrate this evolution as the natural progression of skill, athleticism, and strategy, while others lament the loss of traditional inside-out play, physical defense, and dominant big men. The debate goes beyond simple preferences. It touches on the very identity of basketball. Has the rise of small ball lineups, where shooters stretch the floor and traditional post play is marginalized, made the game more exciting and strategic? Or has it eroded the fundamentals that define the sport for decades? Fans nostalgic for the physical, inside-focused NBA of the 90s and early 2000s feel the game has shifted too far, while a younger generation marvels at the creativity, pace, and sheer scoring spectacle Curry has unleashed. This tension in between tradition and revolution is the story of modern basketball, and Steph Curry sits squarely at the center of it. To understand Curry's impact, we need to step back and look at the NBA before his rise. The league was defined by size, physicality, and post-centric offense. Big men dominated the paint, controlling both scoring and rebounding, while mid-range jumpers were a staple of elite scoring. Offense often revolved around creating mismatches in the post or executing set plays designed to free up a star player for high-percentage shots. Defenses were rugged, emphasizing physicality and intimidation. A single defensive stop could swing the momentum of an entire game. Stars like Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant exemplified this style of basketball. Shaq's sheer strength made him virtually unstoppable in the post. Tim Duncan's fundamentals and versatility allowed him to dominate both ends of the court, and Kobe Bryant's skill set combined mid-range precision with relentless competitiveness. Teams were built around size, interior dominance, and a balance between offense and defense. In this era, three-point shooting was secondary, used primarily as a tool to space the floor, not as the centerpiece of an offense. The game rewarded physical toughness, disciplined execution, and strategic inside-out play, setting a standard that dominated the league for decades. Steph Curry's rise fundamentally altered the landscape of the NBA, redefining what it means to be an elite player. Drafted in 2009 by the Golden State Warriors, Curry showed early signs of exceptional shooting ability, but it wasn't until the 2014-15 season that his influence truly reshaped the game. That year, he led the Warriors to a 67-15 record and their first championship in 40 years, earning his first MVP award in the process. Curry's combination of deep-range shooting, lightning-quick release, and off-ball movement forced defenses to stretch far beyond the three-point line, creating unprecedented spacing and opening lanes for teammates. Curry's impact wasn't just about scoring, it changed how teams approached strategy. Small ball lineups, once considered a liability, became a dominant trend as teams realized that a quicker, more versatile roster could exploit spacing and speed advantages. The Warriors' 73-win season in 2015-16 exemplified this revolution, blending perimeter shooting, fast breaks, and relentless ball movement to dominate opponents. Curry's style compelled the league to adapt. Teams now prioritize shooting guards and forwards who can stretch the floor, and big men must develop perimeter skills to remain relevant. Beyond tactics, Curry's influence has permeated basketball culture globally. His deep-range shooting inspired a generation of players at every level to practice range and accuracy like never before, while emphasizing creativity and agility over traditional size advantages. Players like Damian Lillard, Trae Young, and Jason Tatum have modeled aspects of their games on Curry's revolutionary approach, making the NBA faster, more dynamic, and more perimeter-focused than ever. In essence, Curry didn't just win games. He forced a league-wide rethinking of basketball strategy, forever changing how the sport is played, coached, and watched. While Steph Curry's influence is undeniable, some critics argue that his style has ruined aspects of basketball by shifting the game too far toward perimeter shooting. One major concern is the over-reliance on the three-point shot. Before Curry, teams prioritized balanced scoring, including mid-range jumpers and post play today. Many offenses are built almost exclusively around spacing and three-point attempts, often at the expense of traditional fundamentals. For example, during the 2021-22 NBA season, teams attempted over 43 pointers per game on average, more than double the attempts from just a decade earlier. Critics argue this trend devalues inside scoring and reduces the diversity of offensive strategies. Another point of criticism is the decline of traditional big men. Centers and power forwards who once dominated the paint are now often expected to shoot from distance or defend faster, perimeter-oriented players. Legends like Shaquille O'Neal or Tim Duncan would have struggled in today's small ball era, where size is less prioritized and three-point proficiency is crucial. Many fans feel the physicality, post moves, and defensive toughness that defined past dynasties have been diminished in the modern game. Additionally, some argue Curry's influence has altered fan perception of basketball. While highlight reel three-pointers and deep-range bombs are thrilling, critics contend that the game has become more predictable in style and less about multidimensional skill. The dominance of perimeter play means fewer mid-range specialists and fewer strategic, physical matchups inside the paint. In this view, the NBA has traded the artistry of balance and physical dominance for flashy, perimeter-heavy offense, which some purists see as a dilution rather than an evolution of the sport. While critics argue that Curry's style has ruined basketball, many others celebrate him as a revolutionary figure who has transformed the game for the better. One of Curry's biggest contributions is the emphasis on skill and creativity over sheer size. By demonstrating that a player under 6 feet 4 inches can dominate through shooting, movement, and basketball IQ, Curry has inspired a new generation of players to develop well-rounded skills. Young athletes around the world now spend hours perfecting their three-point shot, off-ball cuts, and ball handling, cultivating talent that might have been overlooked in previous eras focused on height and physical dominance. Curry has also redefined strategy and pace in the NBA. Teams now prioritize spacing, ball movement, and switch-heavy defense to counteract his shooting range. This has led to faster-paced, higher-scoring games that are more engaging for fans. Golden State's small ball lineups, which combine agility, shooting, and versatility, have forced other franchises to innovate, creating a ripple effect across the league. Players like Damian Lillard, Trae Young, and Jason Tatum are now building games modeled after Curry's approach, showing how his influence has reshaped coaching and player development. Beyond tactics, Curry's revolution extends to global culture and fan engagement. His deep-range shots, dribble combinations, and clutch performances have made basketball more entertaining and accessible to audiences worldwide. NBA viewership has surged during Curry's peak years, and his style has encouraged a generation to think creatively about the game, rather than relying on traditional rules of physical dominance. In this sense, Curry hasn't just changed how basketball is played. He has changed how it is understood, appreciated, and celebrated. Ultimately, the argument for revolution frames Steph Curry as a transformative figure who expanded the possibilities of the game. His influence goes beyond statistics and championships. He has inspired innovation, athleticism, and creativity at all levels of basketball, leaving a lasting legacy that goes far beyond the hardwood. So did Steph Curry ruin basketball or revolutionize it? The answer isn't simple, because his influence has both reshaped and polarized the game. On one hand, Curry's deep-range shooting, off-ball movement, and small ball lineups have transformed strategy, inspired young players worldwide, and made the NBA faster, more dynamic, and more entertaining than ever. He has expanded the game beyond physical size and traditional post dominance, creating opportunities for skill, creativity, and strategy to thrive. On the other hand, critics argue that this shift has de-emphasized fundamentals, mid-range and interior play, and the physicality that once defined the league teams now prioritize three-point shooting above all else, sometimes at the expense of balance and diversity in offensive and defensive approaches. For purists, this creates a league that's thrilling to watch, but arguably less well-rounded than past eras, dominated by giants like Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant. Ultimately, Steph Curry's legacy is complex. He has both challenged tradition and expanded possibility. His style has reshaped basketball forever, whether you love it or hate it. So now it's your turn. Do you think Curry ruined the game, or did he revolutionize it for the modern era? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button if you enjoyed the debate, and subscribe for more in-depth sports discussions. Because whether you're a fan of small ball, long-range shooting, or old-school dominance, one thing is certain: Steph Curry changed basketball forever.